What is a champion? Is it what we think it is? Or is it so much more? Some champions are iconic.
Jackie Robinson sent a stretching home run into the left field stands.
Others historic.
The Dodgers win 9-3 and bring Los Angeles its first baseball world championship. All bedlam breaks loose on the field as the jubilant Dodgers try to reach Koufax.
Etched in our memory.
Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. If you have a sombrero, throw it to the sky. They've done it. It's the impossible dream revisited.
But what if, beyond the home runs and the perfect pitches and amazing plays, just out of sight of the moments and the drama is where the meaning of champion truly resides? A city, a legacy, a loyalty, real heroes, and real passion. This has always been the city of champions. But in a year like no other, LA gave the word champion further meaning. Here's the throw to the plate. It is there, and the game is over. Mookie with another 3-home-run game. Corey Bellinger, a robbery of Tatis. Dodgers have won it all in 2020. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? And it's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Los Angeles, champions. How about we do it again? And this time, all celebrate together. Welcome to 2021. And welcome to the home opener. Welcome to Dodger Stadium with fans in the stands for the first time in a year and a half as the Dodgers welcome in the Washington Nationals for a 3-game weekend series. This Friday game under light blue skies, and it's brought to you by Jack in the Box. Joe Davis, Or Hershiser, Kirsten Watson. The Dodgers coming off the 5-2 road trip, celebrating their world championship today, raising the banner, getting their rings, and facing off with the Washington Nationals. The last two world champions going head-to-head today.
It's a great matchup for ring day and opening day here at home, and boy, is it amazing to have fans back in the stands. There is an energy here. It's one thing to play baseball. It's another thing to play it in this beautiful stadium, but it comes alive when the people come through the gates.
And now you have all these emotions for the ring ceremony, and it's been amazing. Now you got to turn your attention to playing the game, and for the Dodgers, they hope winning the game behind that man, Walker Buehler. Walker didn't have a chance to actually get his ring yet. He was out warming for the start when his name was introduced. He'll obviously get it when this thing wraps up today. Take a look at the lineup that he'll face off with. Victor Robles will lead things off. Trey Turner bats second. Juan Soto, one of the best players in baseball, is in right, hitting third. The veteran Ryan Zimmerman bats cleanup. Another veteran out of the 5 spot. That's Starlin Castro. He's the third baseman. In left field, Andrew Stevenson. At second base, Luis Garcia, with Jonathan Lucroy catching Joe Ross. And that is a lineup that is depleted because of COVID protocols. 4 starters that they planned on not in the lineup, not on the roster to open the season. They just got the season going a few days ago. Time for the Indeed player resume as Buehler gets ready to go in the home opener at Dodger Stadium in his career. A 2.08 ERA that's second only to a guy named Sandy Koufax.
He is throwing the ball well right now, and it is early in the season, and that is a bad sign for the league. When Walker Buehler starts a season, it's usually a slow ramp up in spring and then slowly gets into it and has peaked at the right time. Well, he's looking to peak a little earlier this year, and he is really in great shape. The arm is feeling good. Filling up the zone against Colorado, left with a lead, was throwing the ball really well. I expect him to continue to fill up the zone and pound with that fastball again today.
Pitched 6 innings in that game Saturday at Coors Field, gave up just 2 runs. And now on a 73-degree fit for a postcard afternoon. He's ready to open the 2021 home schedule. Victor Robles stands in. Buehler into his wind, and off we go with a fastball to the outside corner, strike one. So the national season delayed 5 days because of COVID protocols, and again without 4 players from their starting lineup, without 9 of them altogether when you consider a couple of rotation pieces, a couple bullpen pieces. They did activate 4 of them today, and although none of them in the lineup, that does include their closer, Brad Hand. So these are the guys that they were out with to begin the season, and getting a few of them back today. We'll just see what role that's in. He just misses here, and it's 1-2 on Robles. So the season gets delayed by 5 days, and then they cram 3 games into a 25-hour span. Lost 2 of 3 to the Braves.
Definitely a depleted lineup, but a quality team that you've got to take seriously. And it's a little bit of a challenge for the Dodgers to kind of turn the page from the celebration and the ring ceremony. But they have the right guy on the mound today with Walker Buehler for that.
Who's home with a 2-2 pitch. Robles hits it down the line and out of play.
Some starting pitchers start to get their game face on as soon as they get up the day they're starting. Others maybe when they take the ride to the ballpark and pull into the parking lot. Some others maybe an hour, 2 hours before when they go into the training room to start their regiment. Walker's a talker and kind of a personable guy throughout the whole day.
Another pop up and foul ground. Muncy looks like has room for this one, but battling the sun, it wasn't easy. He's got it, and Robles is out number 1.
So when you come into the locker room and you are around Walker Buehler, you can have a conversation. A lot of guys they avoid.
So he's got that levity to him, but he also has an intensity about him that he starts to generate on his drive into the ballpark. His game day playlist, heavy metal.
Oh yeah,
start to finish. 1 gone in this first inning. Trey Turner stands in. Takes a little bit low for ball 1. Avenge Sevenfold is his favorite. He says anything that gives him chills. So every now and then he'll sprinkle in an old hip hop track, 90s hip hop.
I think every starting pitcher has those hamsters running around on the wheel in their stomach. It's just what comes out on the outside. Some take it inside and go, okay, that energy's mine, and I'm going to just kind of be self-consumed and not really let anything distract me. And others are talking a little bit and relating and just having their normal good day, but there definitely is more energy.
It's falling behind Turner, 2-1. Home of the next one. Turner watches a fastball, 97. So far the velocity up from the 94.5 that we saw in Denver. Right back around where he averaged last year when the league hit 102 against the fastball. On 2-2. Fouled off.
I think we'll see more swing and miss from Walker today. We've seen all the breaking balls improve as the staff left Colorado, got to Oakland, now here at home. Balls are moving better when they spin it, and they're maintaining their height when they spin the fastball.
Good take by Turner to work the count full. Trey Turner, one of the most well-rounded players in the league, and he just keeps on getting better. Number 1 shortstop in the majors in both slugging and on base last year. 7th pitch from Buehler. It's foul. There will be an 8th. That's in addition to his speed. He's the fastest player in baseball, as judged by StatCast. And that was really most of the reputation when he came up, that he was a speedster and he needed to put the ball in play, but this is a well-rounded player. That one gets in on him, pops it up, and loses the bat into the dugout.
The safety netting usually for foul balls and to protect the fans. This one protects them from a bat. Get a little stick-em there. Hold on to it this time.
This will be the 9th pitch coming to Turner. Hit a couple of home runs in that 3-game series against Atlanta to open their year. Buehler go-to here. Another payoff pitch. A fastball poked off the end of the bat. Race to the bag. Muncy wins it. 2 up, 2 down. Not many guys in baseball would make that a close play, but Turner did.
When Max started the first couple steps to first base, you could see like his eyes get bigger. Like, am I going to make it? Holy smokes, I'm on a collision course with Trey Turner. Oh, Walker's not going to. I better go a little harder.
He's saying, wait a minute. We can't be down here already.
Look at this. He's flying.
I think Turner was the one who said, oh, I'm on a collision course, because that would have been with Max Muncy.
That's true.
So Buehler winds up winning that battle and now faces Juan Soto, who takes strike 1 on a fastball. Soto is the best hitter in baseball last year. He won the National League batting title, hitting .351. He led the majors in on base, led the majors in slugging. The first guy to do that since Barry Bonds. And he's only 22 years old.
I've loved his approach to the game. I first kind of really liked this player, Mr. Soto, when just to watch his mannerisms. He just has such a joy. And then to see the talent. And when you got this kind of power, knowledge of the strike zone, this is quite a combination.
On a 1-1 from Buehler, Soto hits it gently along first and foul. I don't know if that was off his foot. He didn't run out of the box at all. Either way, it's a foul ball.
Juan looking like, what was that all about? That ball hit in the batter's box in foul territory and made its way back. He's showing where it hit.
I think he's saying it hit his foot.
Maybe it hit his toe. You got a limp.
Right, sell it, Juan.
Yeah, you got to sell it. Testing that foot, though.
Hey, by the way, he must be good. You hit him, I think, with your first Mr. of the year, Mr. Soto.
Well, last year we did have a little selection of who you think is going to be the best player, and I just pulled his name out of the hat.
1-2. Buehler gets him with a high fastball to finish off a 1-2-3 first. The last 2 world champions. The Nationals got their first title in 2019. Last year they finished in last place in the division, while the Dodgers took home their first championship in 32 years. Lineup for the home opener looks like this. Mookie Betts gets the day off again. That back's still a little bit tight. Chris Taylor will lead it off and start in center field. Then it's Corey Seager, the shortstop. Turner at third, hitting third. At first base, Max Muncy. Will Smith bats 5th in catches. Gavin Lux, A.J. Pollock, and in right field, Zach McKinstry. They face off with Joe Ross, who opted out of last season, and so Oral, this is his first big league outing since Game 5 of the World Series in 2019.
He's got to have some butterflies just to get used to the speed of the game. Got to do that in spring training, but this is a little different in Dodger Stadium.
And faces one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now, Chris Taylor, who takes strike 1. Taylor leading the National League with a .591 on base percentage. And hitting leadoff for the second game in a row, with Betts getting the day off again. That's fouled back 0-2. No Betts today, no Bellinger. Bellinger placed on the injured list for that left calf contusion. And they expect it to be a minimal stay, those 10 days, and he'd be eligible to come off for the Padres series next weekend.
Still a very strong Dodger lineup. When you think about removing Mookie Betts and Cody Bellinger, and you can still put a lineup up there that is not just representative, but really intimidating still.
More than 6 runs per game for this offense so far. They've averaged 17 base runners a game. But off that 5-2 trip, Taylor takes by the hands, ball 1. So if you didn't happen to catch the ring ceremony, it was awesome what the Dodgers did for the players. They got videos from their favorite players as kids. Taylor takes a little bit low, 2-2. Chris Taylor's favorite player was Cal Ripken Jr. growing up in Virginia. And so in his case, they had a video of Cal Ripken Jr. wishing him congratulations and a good 2021. Did it for each guy. On a 2-2, Taylor watches the slider miss away and has worked it full. For Walker Buehler, they had Bronson Arroyo. It seems like a random one, but Walker grew up a Reds fan. Arroyo was his guy, and Bronson Arroyo played the guitar for him and sang for him. Wonderwall.
And Walker was warming up in the bullpen watching the video.
Fouled off. Taylor stays alive. That one's going to be hard to top. Who else is? You don't have Tim Hudson on there singing. You didn't have Fred McGriff singing. No, that was Bronson's gig. Chris Taylor leading things off and striking out on a sharp slider from Ross.
Shortstop, number 5.
Brings up Corey Seager. Brings us to our keys to the game. Brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealers.
Focus pretty self-explanatory with the ring ceremony, and then turn the page and play this game. Buehler has been awesome at home. Continue that dominance, and the Dodgers mixed in a loss with only 3 runs in their last game, so hit with a little better job with runners in scoring position. They were 2 for 21.
That has been the common theme in the 2 losses. Seager watches ball 1. They're 5 for 37 with runners in scoring position in the 2 losses now. As a team, well above 300 in the wins. Seager top 5 in the league in averaging on base, top 5 in RBIs. On a 1-0 from Ross, he takes a strike, 1-1. Had a big old smile as he pulled his ring out. They've all got the gold trim jerseys this weekend too. One ball, one strike. Seager takes high, ball 2. On a 2-1 from Joe Ross. Seager fouls it off, 2-2.
Ring ceremony brings back a lot of memories. I'm sure for these guys, a few shorter memories than they want, and that's their motivation for this year. You know, the ring ceremony in '89, you know, you could think about late night TV shows you were on, or maybe the White House, or maybe the parade. But these guys, they want to have all that extra stuff and do it again.
2-2 pitch. Tails back in there to get Seager. 2 up and 2 down, and a couple of Ks for Ross.
Third baseman,
That has been a
10,
common
Justin
comment
Turner.
from the Dodgers when those questions come up about repeating and why has it been so difficult for teams to repeat. Probably sick of hearing us say it by now that it's not been since the Yankees did it, 98 through 2000. But the common comment from these Dodgers is, yeah, we won it, but we didn't get to experience those things that in a lot of ways define the experience.
It was a holiday without presents.
Right. Yeah. Why does Santa hate me?
It's my birthday. No one remembered.
Here's Turner. Goes after the first pitch, serves it into right. Dodgers have their first base runner of the day. And Justin Turner has his on-base streak now at 38 games back to last year, longest in the majors.
A swing that works when he squares it up, and a swing that works when he just deflects it. This is definitely a plan. It's not a plan to hit a blooper to right, but it is part of the design of his approach that if I'm not going to hit it solid, it's going to end up in a place where I got a shot to get a hit, and that's usually down that right field line with little hook spin.
And by the way, that was the definition of barrels are overrated there.
Yes.
You know, they use that all the time, but that one really was. Keeps his first inning alive for Max Muncy. coming off a 4-walk game on Wednesday in Oakland. Top 5 in the league in on base. He's at .531 in on base percentage. Another day where you think about Muncy's journey to get here. You know, sitting on his couch without a job, thinking he was done playing baseball, and now he's celebrating a World Series with a ring. It's a fly ball to left field. There's Andrew Stevenson, and that will do it for the Dodgers in the first. Off and rolling in Los Angeles, and no score after 1. Walker Buehler pitched a 1-2-3 first, back out there for the second in a scoreless game. And if Dodger pitchers strike out 10 hitters today, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. Available only at LA area restaurants. So you set him down 1-2-3 in the first. Now faces Zimmerman, Castro, and Stevenson in the second. Mr. National Ryan Zimmerman looks at a pinpoint fastball, strike 1. His 16th big league year, all of them with the Nationals. The team that drafted him. In fact, he was the first draft pick in franchise history. Shoots one to second, diving play, Gavin Lux. And the fans showing appreciation for a guy who they watched look really comfortable on the opening road trip.
Great reactions from Gavin Lux, and to hit this ball before it hits the ground. Reading the spin, sliced from a right-hander's bat, shows the ball to the umpire in the glove. The impact of the ground doesn't jar it loose.
Ball stayed good hands as Lux cuts off that 105-mile-per-hour liner for out number 1 of the second. Starlin Castro, second season in Washington. His first one was limited to 16 games because of a broken wrist. 31 years old now, 4-time All-Star, and his 12th year in the majors. Swing and a miss, and looked overmatched, 0-2.
He took the first one, and in his mind's eye he said, I'm going to probably be late. I better start a little early, and he does on the second one. He's got a lot to wind up with that stance.
But back-to-back fastballs, goes with another, takes this one. Looks like there's a little more to it than I remember seeing with Starlin Castro.
It does. It looks like he's got a little bit more hand action and kind of cocking the hands, and then the front leg looks a little loaded and bent. He'll get there. Well, maybe not until they throw a pitch.
No, hold on. You don't know me, Oral.
Walker sticking with the firm stuff the majority of the time so far.
It is that way. Castro fouls it. He was more than 70% fastball in his season debut in Colorado.
And so far right now he's only thrown 5 breaking balls, landed 1, that line out to Lux.
Fires another 1-2. Lands that one. Popped up into the bright sunshine and down the line. McKinstry can't make the play, and then over the sidewall. Good to see him quickly to his feet. But another chance here for Castro.
Lots going through your mind when you're going over here. Do I feel the warning track? A little bit of self-preservation. That wall's a little lower. It's padded, fortunately, but the cement on the other side is not padded. But he braces himself enough to get back up, come back in the game. Thank you, sir, for the help.
McKinstry, an infielder by trade. Only a little bit of right field in his pro career. That fastball's by Castro, and Buehler's got his second K.
Started him off with a heater earlier. Castro looked like I need to speed up to catch up to that. This one he might be on time, but he misses it.
And you wonder about the Nationals having played, what, only 23 innings of baseball so far this year, having to deal with this kind of velocity. 23 innings of baseball after they did nothing for a week. The first 5 days of games postponed. Ball one on Stevenson.
Walker hasn't really thrown a pitch down at the velocity where he was in his last start. He's mile to 3 mile an hour harder.
Behind Stevenson 2-0. Stevenson, one of the guys getting a chance because of all the guys unavailable, COVID protocols. He's starting because Kyle Schwarber is unavailable. On a 2-0 from Buehler. Stevenson fouls it off. 2-1. Fifth year with big league time for Walker Buehler. 26 years old now out of Lexington, Kentucky. Lets the 2-1 fly. That's a breaking ball. Top of the zone. 2-2.
22 of 31 are strikes so far. In his last outing, he was approximately 60% of the time filling the zone.
Right around that same mark. Stevenson puts it in play in the air to left. A.J. Pollock starting there today. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Buehler. 6 up, 6 down. To the bottom of the second, no score. Will Smith ready to lead off the second for the Dodgers. Time for Coors Light beating the pressure. Dodger ranks offensively in the National League, top 2 in just about everything. Those dang Cincinnati Reds, a big red machine, averaging 9.5 runs a game so far. Dodgers second, over 6. 5, 6, and 7 for the Dodgers against Joe Ross in a scoreless second inning. Ball 1 on Smith. Who's 5th in the league in OPS, over 1,300. League average for OPS 730, 740. On a 1-0 pitch. Well, it looked like it was in the zone, but the catcher Lucroy reached for it. Ball 2.
Joe Ross showing some good movement with his fastball. Feels like for me he's throwing more 2-seamers than 4-seamers so far. And a lot of off-speed stuff.
That's in there. 2-1. That last outing that we mentioned, Game 5 of the World Series in 2019, he found out hours before that game he'd be starting it. Max Scherzer got scratched. Ross slept in that day and then got a text, hey, be ready. Bounce to third. Castro circles around it and throws Smith out. Can you imagine? I mean, at that point, he was 25 years old, 25, 26, still relatively young in his big league career. Not thinking you're going to have any kind of role that night, and instead, the series tied at 2. You get the call that you're going to start at Houston in the World Series.
Is that a shock to you? A little shock. And then you probably start thinking about your preparation and what did I do yesterday? Yeah, I'll be fine. Get this done. Start putting your thoughts in order.
Gave up 4 runs in 5 innings that day. They lost the game, but obviously won the whole thing anyways. Ball 1 on Gavin Lux. There's a hit in all 6 games in which he started. Ahead 2-0. Ross fires at 2-0. Lux takes outside ball 3.
Ross has got the 4-seamer, the 2-seamer, curveball, changeup, slider. Throwing fewer changeups if you go back in his history, and kind of upping the curveball usage. We'll see what he uses today.
Caught the corner, 3-1. We got to go back to 2019 to dig into all the usage stuff. That was mostly out of the bullpen. It is career worst ERA, 5.48 ERA in his last major league season before opting out of the 2020 year. Brings a 3-1. Lux hits it off the end of the bat to left for Stevenson. 2 out. And so Ross was a first-round pick of the Padres actually in 2011 at a high school in the Bay Area. Nationals got him in the same trade. They acquired Trey Turner from San Diego before the 2015 year. He debuted later that year. His 6th year with Major League time. Been pitching around, missing almost 2 full years because of Tommy John early on 2017. 2 up, 2 down, and here's Pollock. Strike one with a fastball. Sharply hit. Nice play. Castro moving to his right. And a 1-2-3 second for Joe Ross. To the 3rd we go. No score. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. What a day this has been. As receiving their championship rings. Nice modest little diamond.
11 total carats between the diamonds and what's the blue stone? I'm blanking out.
Garcia fouls off the first pitch from Walker Buehler here in the 3rd. Some kind of gemstone.
Yeah, it's a gemstone. It's terrible.
Sapphire?
I can't think. Sapphire.
Yeah,
for sure. Thank you.
Tomahawk back to Buehler. He's retired the first 7. How many diamonds? 220?
222 round ones. Then there were some emerald cuts and maybe some other cut. And then the sapphires.
Right.
But 11 total carats of gemstones.
Pretty good.
When you get on the charter flight, they don't have to go through a metal detector. They just get off the team bus.
If we don't diamond detector either. Break it. Jonathan Lucroy. The Nationals signed to a minor league contract last weekend. Really had no plans of bringing Lucroy in, but then they got the news that their 2 catchers were unavailable given the COVID protocols. Get one of them back today, by the way. Actually get both of them back today. Avila and Gomes are available. As Lucroy chops one to the hole at short. Seager from short left. Long throw. Not in time. Just barely beats it out. And the Nats have their first base runner today.
The second half of this play, even in live action, feels like it's in slow motion. Seager gets the ball, wrong foot throw, very accurate, but right about now the ball loses its steam, and Muncie's over there like, get here, get here. Is it in time? I don't think so.
Well, Lucroy, the first base runner for the Nats. Here's the pitcher, Joe Ross, squares around, takes ball 1. Lays it down foul. Level playing field for Joe in this case. You know, he didn't hit last year because he opted out, but nobody hit while he was gone from the pitcher spot.
And a lot of reps in the cage where you turn the machine up. Probably even make it throw you some sliders and some different pitches to be able to replicate this.
Hit the Walker Buehler button on it.
Yeah.
Start swearing at you. They do have pitching machines now that are designed to be able to mimic specific pitches, put specific spin rates on pitches so they break the way of the guy you're going to see that night. It's in there, 2-2.
Probably have to feed the ball into the machine an exact certain way too, because depending on if the wheels, if that's what's throwing the ball at you, touches seams or Has a certain amount of cowhide rotating.
That is pushed foul for strike 3. He attempts the bunt still with 2 strikes. Can't get it down. 2 gone.
Number 16, Victor Robles.
And back to the top for Robles.
Robles taking his good sweet time, as the culture tells him to let his pitcher get back to the bench and settle in. Maybe get a sip of water and towel off. He gets really surprised if he swings at the first pitch here.
First breaking ball that has missed the zone in this inning for Buehler. You're talking about him having a hard time landing it in the first, but he was 5 for 5 in the second before that one. The third, beg your pardon. First 2 innings. First inning, it was 0 for 4. Since then, he was 5 for 5. Two-0 pitch. Fouls it back. 2-1.
Just looked up, Joe, and what a beautiful day, but even more beautiful now with a World Championship banner out there. And then along the right field wall, joining all the other World Champion year banners, just affixed to the stadium.
Outside corner, 2-2.
Take it.
Yeah.
Good job framing right there from Will Smith. First time he's caught Walker this year. Austin Barnes is back there in his first start.
Got it, and I'm here. Well, let's stay in play from Muncy. Oh, hits the netting. He's reaching out, ready to grab it. In Colorado, he ran into the plexiglass. Here he runs into the netting. So did the ball in this case.
Rough sky over there for the guys on the right side of the diamond. Yeah. Gavin Lux, Max Muncy, Zach McKinstry. The sun is really bearing down on them when they have to look towards the stands.
Mid-70s today and bright, beautiful afternoon. 2-2 pitch. It's been good to see 97 back from Buehler after he averaged well below that in Colorado, about 94.5. And he said, if I'm being honest, big part of my motivation usually is to not embarrass myself in front of 50,000 people, and it's not 50,000, but it is motivation for him. That one falls out of the zone. No swing. 3-2.
The 2-2 pitch has such a priority with a man on first and 2 outs, because now the runner gets to go, and so a double will score him usually, compared to the double maybe not scoring him in the 2-2 count. That's why in baseball the 2-2 pitch is called the action pitch, because on the defensive side, that's the one you want put in play a lot more often than getting to the 3-2 count.
That's making him work. This will be the 50th pitch already for Buehler. Lucroy off first base. There he goes. Here it comes. High fastball is lifted to the left, but routine for A.J. Pollock. To the bottom of the third we go. Still no score in the 2021 home opener. Land Rover Performance Spotlight. Yes, the sights and the sounds of today. And yeah, there was no better moment than when Clayton Kershaw got his ring. The crowd showed him appreciation. He showed it right back. Big old smile. No score, bottom 3. Zach McKinstry leads it off against Joe Ross, who pours in a strike. That was what a huge smile from Clayton Kershaw, who Said that he, for many days in the offseason, played "We Are the Champion" on repeat, loudly, to the point where his neighbors were like, "Okay, we get it." Got 1-1.
Kids know the song by heart. And Ellen is like, "Really?"
It's a good song, Clayton. But
we know you are. We know they are.
Mix in like a "Heart of a Champion" by Nelly or something. 1-2. McKinstry, impressive opening trip. Drove in 4 in the Oakland series. Starting in right field again today with Betts and Bellinger out. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Taking it very high, 2-2. That bunt on Wednesday was on his own, seeing an opening on the left side of the infield with 2 out, bringing home a run. Didn't get credit for a hit on that still. Officially a fielder's choice. Swings and misses, and he's out number 1 in the 3rd. Want to see something cool? So
Number 21.
That's a better reaction than a cutout.
That's for sure. He's got way more personality.
Way to go.
Ross has 3 Ks, just 1 base runner. It was Turner's base hit in the 1st. Same thing for Buehler, who's up there taking a strike. Both pitchers have been good this afternoon. Bounce gently back to Ross. 2 up and 2 down.
Need some game time grub? Your Dodger Stadium eats. They're available at home from Dodgers home plates. Dodger dogs, the garlic fries, nacho helmets. Get a taste of the ballpark experience delivered on demand. Search for Dodgers home plates on Postmates and order your stadium favorites now.
2 up, 2 down for Joe Ross. No score to the bottom of the 3rd, and second time to the lineup coming here with Chris Taylor, who struck out to open the game.
Got another leadoff hitter delay right here. Got to get the box ready. Got to feel my bat. Oh yeah, that swing's good. All right, find a nice stance here.
Can always bail out and do it again too.
Yep.
If you need to buy a little more time. Down and away, ball 1.
Good, ball 1. Take care of the box. Fix the jersey. I hope Walker's fine. I think I might hit this one.
Took another 1-1. Joe Ross, younger brother of Tyson Ross.
It's always fun to kind of watch your body language, not think about it, like after you got the suicide squeeze sign.
Oh, Ross wanted that one, won't get it. 2-1. Sean Barber calling balls and strikes today. Ross has one that he likes. Here he comes. Taylor watches it miss for ball 3. Ross hasn't walked anybody today. Walks were the biggest issue for him in 2019. Had the 4th highest walk rate in the majors. Home with a 3-1. What a take by Taylor for the first walk.
You know, when guys are injured, they talk about how they had to sit back and watch the game and how much they missed it and how much they learned by watching it. Now, Ross opted out, so maybe he learned a little bit something about himself and baseball as he watched all the games.
Said it definitely gave him renewed appreciation for, in his words, everything baseball gives me. Camaraderie, routine, and really a second family. Seager gets a 2-out opportunity here in a scoreless third. First one from Ross. Seager attacks it. It's foul on strike one. Joe is from a family full of medical professionals. His mom is an ER nurse. His dad is a pediatrician. His sister's in residency at a hospital in Seattle, which is for a top spot. And he sought all their advice. And both him and his brother Tyson, after talking with their family, talking with family friends that are in the industry, decided to not play last year. It didn't mean it was easy for him, though. Seager goes the other way, but Castro is positioned perfectly to get him. Into the middle innings, still no score between the Dodgers and the Nationals.
I'm here with Stan Kasten, Dodger president. And Stan, what an incredible afternoon it has been. What was your favorite part of the ceremony?
Seeing the faces on all our guys who worked so hard a year ago and became world champions, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to watch. I could do it every year. It's pretty great.
Now we have to dive into this ring. What all went into just the design and coming up with the idea behind it?
You know, I think we all wanted it to be showy and emblematic of a lot of work. Players look for that kind of reward at the end of a year. You hear about them talking about it since they're children, getting that ring, and we wanted something that told a story, which this one does, but also showy that they would be proud to walk around town with.
And now we have fans. You hear the roaring right now. How incredible is it just to see? We talked about it in the spring, but just seeing everyone finally back in Dodger Stadium.
It was great. You know, they're happy to be here. Anytime you're at Dodger Stadium, it's a thrill. I was in the outfield today watching people walk into an area that had never been at Dodger Stadium before. That was very exciting. It's going to be a great year. As soon as we get the place full, which should be soon, it's going to be a great year and fun for all of our fans as we welcome them back.
Thank you, Stan. Okay. Joe?
All right, Kirsten, thanks to Stan for taking a minute for us. Juan Soto comes up and takes strike one from Buehler. How about Zach McKinstry there? Almost an instant replay of the ball earlier on today, but this time he makes the play and stays in the field of play. Oh, 0-2 on Soto.
Here's the last play that Zach goes over there, and I bet you he learned from the first one. He was waiting for the impact. I don't know if that's pain or a little bit of a lap right before this. That one was a little more spectacular, but didn't record an out.
I know that wall pretty well. Soto, who struck out in a high fastball his first time, is behind 0-2. Buehler rocks and fires, and Soto takes it in the dirt, ball one. Nobody takes a pitch quite like Juan Soto, huh? Amazing. The Soto shuffle, they call it.
Adrian Beltre used to do it a little bit, a little tap dancing in the box.
Soto started doing it when he was in A-ball. He was still really focused on trying to be better, taking balls, swinging at strikes, improving the plate discipline. It hasn't always been his thing, and he had one particularly good take, and it just happened. He shuffled with excitement at this wonderful take and realized it got in the pitcher's head a little bit. Sharply hit by a diving Lux, base hit into right for Soto. Said it also kind of served as a mental reset for him.
Number 11,
so he kept
Zimmerman
on doing it. And it's a trademark of his now.
Strength against strength. Soto hits it hard and sneaks it by Lux.
From an early age, his dad would tell him, when you step in that box, you're in charge, not the hitter. So he's always been a confident guy. Zimmerman takes a strike. Lined out his first time. Nice diving play by Lux at second.
That line drive was on a breaking ball, a good curveball from Walker Buehler. Usually Zimmerman's Achilles heel is the breaking ball. He hits lefties really well. He hits the fastball very well.
36 years old. Got a fastball. Popped it to right. No wall to deal with, but the sun gives McKinstry a little bit of trouble before he settled under it. And Zimmerman's out number 2.
Doesn't the ball seem to find you if you're the defensive replacement late, if you're kind of in one of the unorthodox positions that you've told the skipper, yeah, I can play it?
Yeah, it has today. 2 gone for Castro. McKinstry had never started a game in right field in his pro career until he got to the majors. Played a few innings there, but these are his first starts. Castro first pitch swinging, 0-1.
Walker Buehler in a 0-0 game right there. Glad that one didn't go over McKinstry's head. That was a hanging breaking ball.
Struck out Castro his first time up there.
You don't get him out on every good pitch, and you don't give up hits and home runs on every bad pitch, but it definitely increases the odds of giving up bad things.
Runner takes off. Smith throws down, not in time. A stolen base for Juan Soto. At least for now. Gavin Lux says take a look. See if it might have gotten him.
Tag on the backside, but is he in the air reaching for the bag when the tag hits the backside? The Dodgers are checking.
Emphatically, Bob Guerin says put him on the net set.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like to me. Runners have a tendency to brace for impact as they go in, so the elbows gets a little shorter there. He's reaching, and he's going to be out.
Well done by Will Smith, who kind of had to reach down to his right to catch that.
Well executed. A little shorter time to put in your replay request this year. Isn't that a nice sound? Oh, it's so good. That is not piped in. That is live.
That's the stadium's soul. Today's junior Dodger of the game is Ashlyn from West Covina, and her favorite player is Mookie Betts. Join Junior Dodgers for a chance to be the junior Dodger of the game by going to Dodgers.com/JRDodgers. Mookie should be back in there soon. Second game in a row off with the tight lower back. No score, bottom of the 4th. Strike 1 on Justin Turner, who is the only Dodger base runner or only Dodger hit so far. He came back in the first. Oh! Steps out and says, what was that? Crack foul, 0-2. Cracked his back. Nope, just lost the thumb guard.
Yeah. Well, his hit wasn't that hard. The right field, a little slicer. LaCroix's hit wasn't that hard off of Buehler. The infield hit. Soto's was hit pretty hard. Soto's was earned.
Way up there, ball 1.
Ross has done a nice job staying on the edges. Had some pretty good movement with the two-seamer and the changeup. Hasn't really relied very heavily on his breaking ball.
Turner leading off the 4th. Ripped to left field, base hit. He's 2 for 2, has both Dodger hits.
There's that same swing, but this one gets on the barrel. Yes, he gives the barrels our overrated sign when he gets the first, no matter how hard he hits it. This one, a sarcastic sign at first. The last one was very accurate when he sliced it into right. Carl's cam gives us another look at it.
We got some new additions to the celebrations this year, though, right?
Need some new interpretations of what they are.
The patting on the head one is from basketball when you dunk on somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's, you know, I dunked on the pitcher. Leadoff man aboard for Muncy. Takes in the dirt. Ball one. Good stop there by Lucroy.
I feel like the feeling of that is more like I own you.
All right. It's the same thing, right?
It's one big sweeping embarrassment to whoever I just dominated.
Muncy flied to left his first time. On a 1-0 from Ross, Muncy takes it on the outside corner, 1-1.
Whether that corner is outside or inside, it has been a little bit wide.
Had an interesting zone the last game in Oakland on Wednesday. Two balls, one strike. Muncy again right at the top of the chase rate leaderboard. The lowest chase rate in baseball over the first week. The only guy with a lower chase rate than Muncy since he joined the Dodgers is Mike Trout. Turner leads at first as Ross comes home with a 2-1. Eventually. Here it is. 2-2.
Dodgers have been very successful so far this year, getting the leadoff guy on in an inning.
More than half the time.
I know. That's very successful.
Yeah. 2-2 from Ross. Muncy set on the ground to second. Garcia to second, one. That's all they'll get. It took a while for the ball to get to second base. And Muncy's aboard in the fielder's choice.
Three guys on the right side of the infield. Garcia did have trouble getting it out of the webbing. He goes a little bit to his left, but as he spins, the footwork is a little off in the timing, and especially off when you can't get it out of your glove.
1-on-1 out for Will Smith, whose favorite big leaguer growing up was Albert Pujols, and it was Albert who gave him his congratulatory message before he got his ring today. One of two active players that gave congratulatory messages. The other one's Miguel Cabrera. He's the Bruce Star Gratterall. Now the hold it short. Turner goes to second one. This one they turn perfectly. Turner, Garcia, and over to first for a double play. No score after 4. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Find great ways to save on a bold new Camry at the We Make It Easy sales event. And by Mercury Insurance. Low rates, big discounts, great insurance. Part of the new center field project. Incredible work they did out there. Stan Kasten referred to it as an open-air baseball history museum. Castro is at the plate when the 4th inning ended. He's up there when the 5th inning begins. One pitch, one out. There's 2 hits against Buehler. Lucroy had one in the 3rd. Soto had one in the 4th, but he was erased with the caught stealing, and so he's faced just one more than the minimum today. Continuation for the starting staff over the last 6 games. They've got an ERA right around 2. And they're 4-0 as a group. Whistles in there for a strike on Stevenson. Curve is low. 1-1.
Some kind of starting staff. You could have a special night any given night with this group.
Banged into the ground. Stevenson can really fly. They feed Buehler in time, and he beats him to the bag. 2 gone.
Dodgers single game tickets for the month of April are on sale now. Be sure to get your seats to see these Dodgers take on the Rockies, especially April 13th, 14th, and 15th. Visit Dodgers.com/tickets to make your purchase.
Yeah, you're right. About you have a chance to see something special every night. Buehler gives up that hit in the 3rd inning, and it's the first hit of the game. No big deal. But anytime with him, it's like, dang, it's not going to happen tonight. That one's by Turner at 3rd. Garcia slaps a base hit into left. His first hit of the year. And this 5th inning kept alive.
The one thing about special nights and the starting staff, and of course we're talking about no hitters, is this staff really attacks the strike zone. There's not a lot of nights where these guys are going to be effectively wild because they just throw strikes. And when you throw a lot of strikes, you're going to have that night on a night when you've got a lot of swing and miss in your game.
Lucroy had the first hit. Here he is with 2 gone. Buehler has not had a ton of swing and miss over his first start plus now. He had just 10 against the Rockies. He has only 4 today. I say only. He sets a high bar. Tails that one back in there quickly. 0-2.
No one has gotten past first base. The review of the Soto attempted steal kept that intact
for either team. 70th pitch is an 0-2, and it's driven towards right center field. Taylor on the move, drops in front of him, plays it on a bounce. The 3rd goes Garcia, and the Nationals have him cornered with 2 gone.
Pitcher.
The first man to advance beyond first base on the 2nd hit of the day from Lucroy.
Lucroy's like, the other catchers are getting healthy and getting active. I better get active with my bat.
Yeah. You can hang around a while. Lucroy leading the team, 4 hits, tied for the team lead over the first week. 2 on, 2 out, but it's the pitcher Joe Ross who takes strike 1 from Buehler.
That's the damaging thing about Lucroy's hit. Yes, it's 1st and 3rd and the pitcher's up, and I think Walker would think probably I'm going to get out of this, but you don't get to lead off the inning with the pitcher.
Just low.
You usually get that call when it's not borderline width, right down the middle and right at the edge of the strike zone.
And the pitcher up. You know he's not going to complain.
Yeah, the whole thing.
1-2. He still thought that it was a strike.
Yep.
He said, where was the ball?
Because he didn't even, in his mind, it was such a strike to him that he didn't even look for an umpire call. He just stayed locked into his zone of execution.
He just said the slider was a ball?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll get a 4th strike. Right there. And he strands a couple. Halfway home in the home opener. No score at Dodger Stadium. Fan of the game from Pacifico is Trevon from El Segundo. And Trevon, if I'm getting your name pronunciation wrong, please tweet at me. Tell me how you say it, and I'm going to get it right. Dodgers and Nationals scoreless to the bottom of the 5th inning. Joe Davis or Hershiser, Kirsten Watson. And on the mound today, Joe Ross, Walker Buehler engaged in a really tidy duel.
Beautiful day. Pitchers Park.
Lux swings at the first pitch. Up into that bright sunshine. Castro. Uh-oh. Got it. Circuitous.
Serpentine.
Round.
Hazardous.
Circular.
C-shaped. C-shaped.
Seashell.
By the seashore. All right, move
Okay,
on.
one out. Here's Pollock. AJ grounded out his first time. Dodgers only have 2 hits in this game, both of them from Justin Turner. Yet to advance a man into scoring position. Strike one. It seemed to hit about 2 home runs per game last year. #1 home run rate ever. But hadn't hit for as much power so far through 7 games this year, at least in terms of home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Perhaps today's a day where they're going to need a home run to break through. Put together any rallies thus far.
Big fly on a big day. Day game. You get to have dinner with your family tonight if you want. Ring ceremony. You want to top it off with a W.
Ross home with a 1-1. Pollock watches the strike 1 and 2. That is a rare take of a breaking ball for AJ Pollock, who so far this season has swung at more than 70% of the breaking balls he's seen. Gone 1 for 11 against him. See what he gets on 1-2. Got another one, a little bit low. Lucroy didn't do much to help him out there.
Electronically, it hit through the strike zone, and that's the one that will have some chirping if we ever get to an electronic strike zone.
Popped into shallow right. Soto was playing very deep, but he comes on and makes the catch.
He comes a long way. He fights the sun. He does have his sunglasses on and captures it quite easily once he gets there.
McKinstry comes up, bases empty, 2 gone, and StatCast powered by Google Cloud. His adventure over there in right field, traveling a long way to get to this one.
That's the one he missed, and now here's the one he catches.
Promise he caught it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's what it says on our scorecards.
Right. Caught and video proof. Ouch. Took a slider for a strike. Now it takes 1 low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zach plays in front of fans at Dodger Stadium for the first time. Debuted with a handful of games last year. Handful of games and a whole bunch of cardboard. 1 and 2. Celebrate his 26th birthday coming up in a few weeks here. The 33rd round pick out of Central Michigan. They make him right in the MAC. Huh, Mr. Bowling Green?
Yeah, we're tough there.
Action. 2 and 2.
You go to the MAC because you're a suspect. If you're a baseball player.
Yeah. Ross home 2-2. McKinstry takes it way inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Walker Buehler do next. Same idea though, trying to make it so the top of the order can lead off the next inning at the very least. On a payoff pitch, McKinstry takes ball 4 just by an eyelash. Second walk issued by Ross.
Seems like when the elbow or the head or any part of the body is in the vicinity of those inside fastballs, the umpires kind of think that's got to be inside. It almost hit him. I think that's what happens on that one.
Well, we showed the strike zone as a rectangle, and it's technically supposed to be called like a rectangle, but if you look at the heat map, so to speak, of what gets called strikes, it's more circular, more of an oval. So they do get Buehler to the plate here in the 5th. Grounded back to the mound his first time. Takes away, ball 1. That's where another thing with the electronic strike zone, it's going to be interesting once that gets dialed in. And do they dial it in like the rectangle that you see on the screen, or is it dialed into what guys are kind of used to having been called? It's getting experimented with just in the Florida State League, which is now the Southern or the South League. Names are changing in these leagues this year.
And when you describe a heat map, that just means where it's bright red, that at least about 95 to 97% of the time it gets called a strike. Those edgy pitches kind of gravitate into a 50-50 kind of thing, a 60-40 getting called. And so they're a little lighter in color to form that oval you're talking about.
Southeast League, by the way, the old Florida State League. They have the robotic strike zone this year. That's 5 straight balls from Ross, who's fallen behind the pitcher 2-0. Chris Taylor waiting on deck.
Walker Buehler should be taking right here.
Swings away and fouls it.
It's a new generation.
Let the kids play, they say.
That's right.
Let the kids swing.
It's the last year the pitchers might hit for a long, long time, so he's going to get his hacks in.
That's right. By a long, long time, I mean, probably ever.
Probably.
Yeah. 2-1. 2-2.
It's a sad day. I mean, this is an unbelievable day for a big leaguer. You have the first day you walk into a big league locker room, your name on the back of a uniform. It's a huge day. Your first baseball card. But the thing that the pitchers are going to lose, they'll never have a bat contract again. They'll never have their signature on a bat ever again.
Shame. Buehler down swinging. That does it for the Dodgers in the 5th. Still no score as we go to the 6th.
Welcome back. I am sitting in the new home run seats. This is one of the part of the renovations that happened this past year. And what do I have to say? I mean, this is incredible. You are literally so close to the players, and it is just, I have fans sitting next to me, and they have said that this is the best seat in the house so far. So make sure you go to Dodgers.com/home run seats so that you can purchase your tickets for the best seat in all of Dodger Stadium.
I'm going to argue that mine's better. I love mine. And then there are a lot of spots you can argue that it'd be the best. So many good spots to take in a game here.
We don't have anybody delivering us food, so those might have a little up on your seat.
That is true. And we can't catch a home run up here either. Top of the order for the Nationals. No score, 6th inning. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Joe Ross for the Nationals. Both putting up nothing but zeros through 5. And now the 3rd time through for the Nationals order. Robles, Turner, and Soto.
Walker Buehler relying heavily on the hard stuff. A lot of fastballs. About 75%. Right around the same amount that he had in his first start.
Doing it again at Dodger Stadium. Back to last year, just 1 run allowed in his last 20 innings here. His first pitch of the 6th, Robles lays down a bunt, but it's right at Buehler. 1 gone on 1 pitch.
Download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stats, leaderboards, and more for your Dodgers and the rest of MLB.
Trey Turner went off a huge season where he had MVP votes. He was top 5 in the league in a handful of offensive categories. Big part of the reason was he was gripping the bat with all 10 fingers. 2019 he had a broken finger and used 9 fingers for much of the year. Floats one into center field. Way back there goes Taylor out of the track, makes the catch. Gave it a ride, but Taylor was there to catch it. 2 up and 2 down.
Is it 8 fingers and 2 thumbs or 10 fingers?
Technically, but I just didn't want to get into that. It was going to be too wordy.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, though, Doctor.
Oh, I like that.
Doctor. 2 outs on 3 pitches for Walker Buehler. Now Juan Soto. MVP or Rookie of the Year runner-up 2018 when he was just 19 years old. Debuted against the Dodgers, actually, after Howie Kendrick got injured that year. Rookie of the Year runner-up his first year. World Series champ his second year. We said best hitter in the majors last year by many measures. Now, what does his future have in store? Nationals hope that it's in a Nationals uniform. Already extension talks. But you've got to figure that extension would have to look similar to Fernando Tatis Jr.'s.
Exactly. And like Fernando Tatis Jr., probably one of the top 10 guys that you want to see play.
Tatis 14 years, $340 million. 2-1 on Soto.
It was a good day for Soto when that contract got signed.
For sure. Good day for all the players, right? All the high-end players.
Yep.
There is a report that an extension has been offered, but no details on what exactly it looks like. They're not hiding their opinion of him, that they would love to keep him with the Nationals long term. Well-placed fastball from Buehler, and it's 2-2.
A little cat and mouse game when you're facing a guy that's a great hitter and you're in a 0-0 game and you've been relying on your fastball about 75% of the time. This guy guessing heater. I think Soto's thinking he's got to throw me a breaking ball sooner or later. He's thrown me one.
Here he comes. He did throw him one, and it was in the dirt. Full count. And Soto looking out at him, shaking his head and saying,
fish ain't biting. Get out of my head.
Get out of mine.
Cheese away. If he's going to hit it, make sure that he tries to do it to the opposite field, or is he going to go breaking ball and try and fool him?
2 out, bases empty, no score on the 6th. Payoff pitch, fastball turned around, base hit center field. Soto's second of the day.
Some good hitting. He went fastball away, executed the pitch properly for a 3-2 count. Soto gets up on top of it and hits the line drive. Walker is not afraid to go strength against strength. There's a lot of ego in that fastball.
You know, Buehler talks about his priority list, how he decides strength against strength or against weakness, kind of the hierarchy in his game planning. Here's Zimmerman taking high ball 1. Strength against their weakness is obviously number 1. But then strength against strength would be number 2. He's not going to go to something he's not good at, whether that's a pitch or a grip or a delivery, just for the sake of exposing somebody else's weakness. Got a chase there, and it's 1-1.
There he got the fish to bite. Soto stared out at him after he took a couple of those down in the dirt. Zimmerman went after it.
Wouldn't it be something if Ryan Zimmerman started doing the Soto shuffle? It'd be a little out of character for the straight-laced, straight-faced Ryan Zimmerman. Sixth inning, no score. Soto at first with 2 gone. Buehler home 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Big call right there.
Big call, big corner.
You said it, though. I mean, it's been big, but it's been consistently big and wide from Sean Barber.
Hence 0-0.
Yeah, has something to do with it. 1-2 pitch. Slider knocked up the middle. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Nationals.
Third baseman Castro.
So they give Castro a chance here in the 6th.
Not the precise placement you want with that count. That's a nice solid strike breaking ball. You might throw that 0-0, 2-2, 3-2, but right there, Walker probably wanted one a little bit more bite, a little lower.
87 pitches in. He threw 90 in his season debut in Colorado. Nobody throwing in the Dodger bullpen just yet. Nationals getting some traffic for the second inning in a row. Neither team had a base runner pass first through 4. That's put them at the corners last inning. They've got them first and second here. Buehler to Castro. Inside corner, strike 1.
We want to get him out right here with 1 strike, because with 2 strikes, Walker's given up most of his hits. 4 of them here.
Or the 6th the Nationals have. Oh, and 2. Try and put him away with 2 strikes.
We've seen some mighty cuts from Castro trying to catch up, especially when the ball has a tendency to tail inside on him. And what's that sound, Joe?
Bounce to third for Turner. Loads up, throws over, inning over. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Still nothing. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The Steakhouse Angus Thick Burger is back at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. A lot of World Champions gear spotted around Dodger Stadium. You saw it on some Dodger fans on the road trip as well. And got the gold trim jerseys to match it today and throughout the weekend. Top of the order for the Dodgers. Luis Avilan comes on, and the former Dodger whips in strike 1 for Chris Taylor. Well, nothing against Joe Ross. Perhaps a door opening here as Avilan steps through it.
A lot of change-ups to right-handed hitters from Avilan. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Chris is going to face. Pretty even pitch mix when you're a lefty like Seager on deck, but against righties, fastball, changeup mostly.
Coming inside with a 1-1 offering. Taylor fouls it 1-2. Strikeout and a walk for Taylor today. Only 2 hits belong to Justin Turner. What a season debut it was for Joe Ross today. Coming inside again with a 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
Joe Ross was 16 months off since the last time he threw in a big league game, and that was a World Series or so. I'll tell you what, that's pretty nice command today, and command of your nerves and the baseball.
Chris Taylor leading off the 6th and taking strike 3. So Ross for the Nats, Buehler for the Dodgers. 11 shutout innings combined. And not a whole lot of threatening either. Nationals an opportunity each of the last 2 innings, but one of those innings had the pitcher at the plate with 2 gone. These guys have been in control.
Both of them on their game, and both of them getting to use that liberal strike zone every once in a while.
Here's Seager. Waits on a breaking ball, hits it in the air, down the line, but foul. Up into the second deck. I was just about to say, as hard as he's hit the ball and as good as he's looked, still looking for his first home run.
He got the elevation in spring training, the backspin and the towering drives, but been hitting the ball on a line an awful lot.
Strikeout and a line out today. Got a hearty cheer from this crowd when they introduced him in the ring ceremony. NLCS and World Series MVP. They were chanting MVP, I think partially because he was, and partially because they think he might be in the regular season this year.
They definitely are liking what they have seen and are seeing.
Left-hander against left-hander on 1-1 from Avilan. Seager taps it gently foul, 1-2. Here's Corey putting the ring on. His intro video came from Big Bro. So I said earlier it was just 2 active players. It was 3. Miguel Cabrera, Albert Pujols, and Kyle Seager. Foul again. Those two and their brother Justin grew up working on the farm at home in North Carolina and playing any sport they could play. Played football in the big yard, but mostly baseball for them. Souvenir. Another 1-2 pitch. Inside corner. Avilan gets Taylor and Seager looking.
Perfectly placed fastball. Left on left with a guy like with Avilan's stuff. You're thinking maybe he's going to throw me the breaking ball, especially the way I'm swinging the bat. He goes to a what could be considered a risky pitch, but when you freeze the hitter and you're on a different page, pays off.
Turner climbs in 2 for 2. Rest of the team 0 for 16. Took off on Avilan, ball 1. Seen a couple misses like that. Hit in the air, left center field and deep. Justin Turner owning this day. Second of the season for Turner. The Dodgers have broken through in the 6th. He's got all 3 hits, and he's driven in the game's first run. Dunking on him, Oral.
Well, this is not an embarrassing swing at all that he makes. He carved one to right, he hit another ball hard, and he hit that one over the fence.
That thing was way up there. Muncy now. Takes one low.
Beautiful swing. Got down and underneath it. Lifted it. A little bit of a breeze to help it, but it didn't need it.
Coming into this year, over his first 12 years in the majors, he had 3 home runs before the month of May. He's got 2 this week. 2 in the first week of the year. That one traveled 412 feet. 2-0 pitch to Max Muncy. 2-1. Hey, how about the roar of the crowd as he rounded the bases?
The whole scene, the sounds now that are right on time. There's a vibe, there's a vibration in the place. It's awesome.
Ball 3 on Muncy. Can literally feel Dodger Stadium when it gets packed and it's really rocking. You can feel it shake. Dangerous one for Avilan. Muncy slices it to left center field. Stevenson will cut it off and end the inning. But the Dodgers break through. All 3 hits today coming from that man. This solo shot has him in front 1-0. Walker Buehler here in the home opener, 6 shutout innings, and the ball to the bullpen with a 1-0 lead.
Used the breaking ball sparingly, really relied on the fastball, and he had a very nice outing. Now able to relax and watch that 1-0 lead, maybe hold up, get himself a W. Left his first start up 4-2, but ended up with a no decision.
Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In and Out. Victor Gonzalez replaces him. Left-hander on to face Andrew Stevenson, the 6th spot in the order. Strike 1 from Gonzalez. The weakness so far has been the bullpen. Lowest strikeout rate, highest walk rate in the league with an ERA above 6. How do you have those numbers and go 5-2? Well, the offense has been awesome, and the starters are #1 in the majors going deep into games. So a bullpen that struggled to get off to a good start hasn't been out there that much. One pitch. Got in on Stevenson, who swatted it down the line, and it's 1-2. A word from Fix Auto Collision Centers.
Supporting your community means supporting local businesses. Fix Auto Collision Centers are proud to be locally owned and operated.
Serves this one in play. Short left field. Pollock coming on to make the catch.
Nice read by A.J. Pollock. Some of these swings can fool you and make you break back or to the side, but he gets a very nice jump. Ball hangs up just long enough for him to get it in the glove.
A.J. was really unhappy with his defense in his first year with LA in 2019. Graded out much better defensively last year. Dropped some weight. Got in a better shape. Just different shape, really. Came in with a different plan and has moved much better these last year plus now. Pinch hitter for the Nationals. It's Hernan Perez. Pinch hitting for Luis Garcia. Strike 1 from Gonzalez. Perez has seen significant time first few days with all the guys out, COVID protocols. First year with the Nationals. Swings and misses 0-2.
Victor Gonzalez velocity a tick up or so. He was in the mid 94s for most of the year so far. That one at 96.
Oh, 2 up and 2 down as Perez flails at it.
.95 on the corner. They're inspired with the ring, bringing up the velocities.
That's the 5th Dodger strikeout today, and you get to 10. Everybody's going to get a free Jumbo Jack. Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink at LA area restaurants. Dodgers haven't had a 1-2-3 inning since the 2nd. Jonathan Lucroy. 2 for 2, taking strike 1. And the best that Victor Gonzalez has looked on this young season.
This is the Victor Gonzalez we are used to seeing in 2020. Strikes and on the edges, sharp breaking ball. We haven't seen much of it yet this year, and I'm including spring training because we're in a very short sample size as far as the regular season.
Home with an 0-2. He struck him out. And a roar afterwards. A 10-pitch inning for Gonzalez. Couple of Ks and 1, 2, 3. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the newest, friendliest, and safest casino resort. Good times. Good times today. I mean, what a day it's been from start to finish. The ring ceremony, fans in the stands, the flyover, and the crowd roaring as the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead late.
It's been an awfully great day for Walker Buehler. Now up 1-0. Justin Turner doing the damage. And you're right. I think these fans are well deserved of a Dodger victory. I hope they can polish it off.
Trying to add some here as the Nationals go deeper into the bullpen. Wander Suero going to come into the game. Already his 3rd appearance out of their first 4.
Day off yesterday, but back-to-back days before that for him.
Perez stays in the game, plays second as Will Smith comes up and takes a strike. First of 3 between the teams this weekend. Nationals are still a little bit in flux in terms of the rotation just because they don't know who they're going to have available. But right now it's scheduled to be Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw on Sunday. Want to go?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
I'll be here.
I'll bring the coffee. Actually, you bring the coffee. You owe me.
Thank you for the coffee today.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to owe you, though. Okay, I got this. I got to get out a scorecard.
1 and 2. 8-fold coffee. Just a couple blocks from the stadium. Really good.
Really good.
Smith 0 for 2 today. A couple ground outs.
I was talking too fast earlier. I'm glad a little bit wore off.
2-2. Big old sweeping breaking ball from Wander Suero there. 29 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. 4th year with Major League time. Home with a 2-2. Smith cracks one on the line. Back to right goes Soto to make the catch for the first out of the 7th.
Have you stocked up on your new World Series champions gear yet? The Top of the Park store is now open Tuesday through Saturday at Dodger Stadium. See Instagram at Dodgers Top of the Park for store hours and details on how to purchase there, of course, and for home delivery.
Gavin Lux 0 for 2 today. Played these Nationals in some of his first big games in the majors. Hits it sharply on a bounce. Trey Turner positioned perfectly to throw him out. Gavin, 1 month into his major league career, started 3 games in that division series in 2019 against Washington. And the youngest player in big league history to hit a pinch hit home run in the postseason. 1-0 game, bottom of the 7th, and here's Pollock. Strike 1.
There he is, hacking at a breaking ball.
Right, and at a first pitch.
Yep.
So he does at a very high rate. He's been very good when he does that. Last year hit 382 and homered 4 times on the first pitch of the at-bat. Hits this hard down the line to left. Stevenson over to the corner to grab it. Pollock hustling for 2. The throw's offline, and it's a 2-out double.
All it has to be is near the corner with 2 outs for you to think double, because it's okay to make the 3rd out at second base trying to get in a scoring position. So even though this is to the left of a third baseman, doesn't get to the wall, they're going to push the envelope and make this turn hard and force the throw to get him. Of course, it doesn't.
Gives McKinstry an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. First at bat today with a man in scoring position for the Dodgers. 1 game after they had 21 of those ABs. Tries to lay off and does. Remember, they had so many opportunities in that game to add on to a slim lead like this one, but went 2 for 21 and lost in extras. Two balls, no strikes.
It was an odd game for runners in scoring position. I mean, a lot of times you think, well, then they must not have been hitting. I think they had 8 hits. They must not have been walking. Well, I think they had 7 walks.
Yeah.
It was really odd for them not to produce.
McKinstry to short, and the knuckler caught by Turner to end the 7th. On to the 8th we go. The Dodgers leading 1-0 on a Justin Turner home run. Time for the Nissan calendar. 3-game series with the Nationals will be off on Monday, and then the Colorado Rockies come back around for a 3-game set starting on Tuesday. And game 2 of this series, they'll honor Tommy Lasorda. Pre-game show begins at 5 o'clock. Game is at 6:10. And they'll honor Tommy all season, the number 2 on the patches. And it's impossible to talk Dodger baseball and go through a season without having Tommy come up in conversation anyways.
Yeah, the heart and soul of the Dodger organization. And it'll be a great day to think back about all the memories about Skip.
Dave Roberts going to make a pitching change here. Gonzalez went out there and warmed up. Yan Gomes was announced as the pinch hitter. And then Roberts went and grabbed the ball from Gonzalez. Blake Trinan coming on in a 1-0 game.
New Backstage Dodgers. Pitchers Dustin May goes throughout his offseason program and his training regimen and gives you a tour of his house in Texas also. Infielder Zach McKinstry is mic'd up for his first Major League opening day in Colorado. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers tonight, presented by Cadillac.
That is Luke Raley, who's just checked into the game in right field for his Major League debut. So congratulations to Luke. The home opener at Dodger Stadium, ring ceremony day. He was called up off of the taxi squad today with Cody Bellinger placed on the injured list for the bruised calf. Into the game to pitch is Blake Trinan, trying to hold on to this 1-0 lead in the 8th. You saw Yan Gomes upset at Dave Roberts for letting Gonzalez warm up and then coming out and making the change. Part of the reason he was upset is because it means he's not going to hit anymore. Instead of the left-hander, which Gomes would have faced, the right-hander Trinan, and instead they send up the left-handed batting Yadiel Hernandez. And that, by the way, would have been Gomes' first at-bat of the year. That's hooked down the line. Hernandez with a pinch hit double to open the 8th. And the tying run, just like that, is in scoring position.
It's got hook spin on it. Might go foul, but he hit it hard enough to get it on the ground. And once it hits fair, it is out of here in one hop.
So the Nationals in business here. Runner at second. Top of the order coming up with Victor Robles. Squares the bunt, takes a ball. You think about Blake Trinan as an Oakland A, but made his big league debut with the Nationals, facing his old team here. Robles waiting until the last second to square, then he does and takes ball 2. Lays the bunt down, third base side. Not going to be an easy play. He's safe at first. Perfectly done by Victor Robles. They're at the corners with nobody out.
Well, he shows he knows the strike zone when he squares around a bunt. And now he shows that he really can bunt. I mean, this is the perfect distance. The weight and the angle, he doesn't put any spin on it, so it doesn't roll foul. It stays dead straight. Justin Turner does everything he can, but it is not in time.
So the Nationals have him at the corners, nobody out, and they have their best hitters coming up. Turner's up, Soto's on deck. Runner takes off. Smith throws down. In time! Victor Robles thrown out for the first out of the 8th inning.
Pretty much the same way that he got Soto earlier. Tag on the backside, quick release. If you're going to miss to one side or the other, you miss to the first base side. A little bit of tail on that ball. They're going to take a look. Looks like Washington's going to let it go, and yep, he is out by a few inches.
Oh, Will Smith threw out 2 base runners last year, or 5 base runners last year. He's already thrown out 2 today. So runner at third, 1 out. Runner spins way outside. Dave Roberts pulling the infield in. They're shifted around in the right-handed batter.
Justin Turner back a little bit, just because if the ball is pulled to third, a lot of times it's a little firmer.
The 1-1 pitch. Good stop by Smith. Doing all he can to keep the Dodgers in front late.
That's a hard one because it's right in between. Should I backhand it or can I scoot over there and get it?
Hernandez at third, 1 out. Trying into the plate, 2-1. 2-2.
You don't worry about walking him now with 2 strikes. You take 2 shots at trying to punch him out or get the pop up.
Trey Turner, one of the best 2-strike hitters in baseball last year. Tying run at third, 1 gone 8th inning, 2-2 pitch. Do it again.
98 on the inside corner. Good to be alive if you're Trey Turner.
Trying to pull off a magic trick here. Setting the 2-2. Good job by Turner to stay alive, spoiling that cutter. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Inside corner and outside corner, but he is still up there. Dodgers are still pinched in.
7 pitch coming from Treinen to Turner. Another 2-2. He struck him out. 98 at the letters. A huge out number 2 for Treinen.
Well, you talked about a magic trick. Dave Roberts coming to the mound, but the magic trick also has an assistant in Will Smith. And Treinen with the heat, even in the slow-mo cam, it looks firm.
Dave Roberts out quickly just with a word for Blake Treinen. No change. There is nobody warming in the pen. Arming him with a little bit of advice as the great Juan Soto steps in.
Well, this strikeout sets up Dave Roberts' conversation, and Blake Treinen has to decide what he wants to do, and he says, I'll put him on.
Okay. So Soto is on, and it'll be Treinen against Zimmerman.
Being potentially walked, bringing up number 11, Ryan Zimmerman.
So it'll be 1st and 3rd with 2 out. And Treinen will face Ryan Zimmerman, his old Washington teammate, with the game on the line here in the 8th. Zimmerman, who signed a 1-year deal thinking he was going to be a backup, maybe a late inning replacement at first base. But the everyday starter to open the year, and in a huge spot here. Takes inside, ball 1. This inning started with a double from Hernandez. He's still at 3rd. Treinen's 1-0. 1-1. Guy that's hit more home runs, driven in more runs than anybody in franchise history. Has him at the corners, 2 gone, 8th inning. And waits on a 1-1 pitch from Treinen. Bouncing ball right at Gavin Lux. That took a tough hop, but he made the play and the inning is over. Magic act from Blake Treinen. Houdini's his way out of this inning. 1-0 to the bottom of the 8th.
Justin Turner got one of the loudest ovations during today's ring ceremony. Another loud ovation after that solo homer for the lead.
And Treinen and Will Smith, you got to have pitching and defense to win.
We'll see you right here after the game. Enjoy it.
Sam Clay is on to pitch. The bottom of the 8th inning. Dodgers 1, Nationals 0. As part of a double switch last inning, Luke Raley was plugged into the lineup, and he's about to make his big league debut at the plate. Originally drafted by the Dodgers, went to the Twins, came back in the Kenta Maeda deal. And he takes ball 1 from Clay. He was not part of the ring ceremony, so he got to watch everybody have their special day, and now it becomes his too. One ball, 1 strike. Luke, 26 years old, out of Hinckley, Ohio. On a 1-1 pitch, watches it miss away, ball 2. Raley's put up some great offensive numbers just about everywhere he's been. Every step of the way up the minors. It's a bouncing ball right side. Turner shifted over there. He'll throw Raley out. Raley officially a big leaguer. Grounds out for the first out of the 8th. Back of the way the top of this 8th inning ended. Unbelievable. Blake Treinen's able to get out of it first of all. But Gavin Lux, well positioned, makes a nice play.
Ski jumps off the mound, which then changes the whole recognition of where the hop is going to be. Blake Treinen gets the ground ball, but between Lux and Seager, they both did a nice job. Seager was shifted around. Lux decided to go to second and maybe surprised his shortstop a little bit.
One away for Taylor. A couple of strikeouts for him and a walk. Dodgers only have 4 hits in this game. 3 of them belong to Justin Turner, including a home run. It's accounted for the scoring. Bounce to short. Turner makes a couple of plays for the first 2 outs of the 8th. Warming in the bullpen, it is not Kenley Jansen, who suffered the blown save in their last game. It's Corey Knebel.
Giving Kenley another day, and I'm sure there will be some interviews to ask Dave Roberts about his choice and what's going on as far as the culture of the bullpen.
Seager looking for his first hit. A couple Ks and a line out. Strike 1. Quick word from Jack in the Box.
The triple bonus Jack combo is back for $5.99.
Like and subscribe, people.
Taking low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tempting Corey with a breaking ball, but he's hitting over 450 on breaking balls this year.
Hits it in the air, left center field. Stevenson and Robles coming together. It's Robles to make the call and the catch and send this game to the 9th. Fasten those seatbelts. The Dodgers 1, the Nationals nothing. On to the 9th. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. The triple bonus Jack combo is back at Jack in the Box. Try it today for just $5.99. It was a perfect start to the day. They're trying to make it a perfect finish. Dodgers 1, Nationals nothing to the 9th inning, and it's Corey Knebel to try and close it.
Looking to pick up the save. He brings in a 96, 97 mile an hour fastball, and he can change some speeds. His breaking ball can go as low as 79, 80, and boy, is it sharp.
Got the save in game 4. It was his first save since facing the Dodgers in the NLCS in 2018. But you go back 1 year before that, he was an all-star closer. 39 saves that year. Castro, Stevenson, and Perez coming up. Starts him with a breaking ball. Lands at the knees. Strike 1. You're looking at run expectancy. When you have first and third, nobody out, as the Nationals did last inning, you can expect a run to score 87% of the time. Back-to-back curves. Quickly 0-2.
His curveball's got an extra gear to it. You see, it looks like it wants to start up, and it has a little hump in it, but usually ones that have that hump don't break as sharp at the end.
He's still got high 90s in his back pocket. 0-2. If it ain't broke, 3 straight breaking balls. 1 away in the 9th.
Bottom of the 9th, top of the 9th, up 1. Look at the little tap from Will Smith. Talk about command of a breaking ball. He hits right where he's tapping. 3 outstanding pitches coming right out of the bullpen, and the young catcher guiding him along.
Andrew Stevenson. 4 for 4 curveballs. It's a pitch that when he was at his best, prior to the injuries, prior to the Tommy John, the league hit 135 against. Here's his 0-1. His first fastball misses away, 97 for a ball. It's 1-1.
4 curveballs in a row. Feeling healthy, throwing above 95, 96. Wherever they harvested that ligament out of his body, it's really a strong one. That thing is holding together.
Curves back in there. He's 5 for 5 with that pitch in this inning. It's so graphic sounding, by the way. Harvested his ligament. I know that's what it is, but man.
But they come, you know, sometimes they'll do it out of the opposite non-throwing hand. Sometimes they'll do it out of your leg. So I have no idea which one they got for him.
It's a good one.
It is. It's working.
Let's see what it comes up with on 1-2. How about another curve? He went around. And he's tagged 2 up and 2 down, riding the curveball.
And again, having command with it, be able to bounce it. Will Smith does a nice job. Will, a huge part of this 1-0 lead with only 1 out to go. Cutting down the stolen bases, the attempted stolen bases, blocking the ball with a man on third, and now blocking a third strike and tagging Stevenson out.
Knebel's thrown 7 pitches in this inning. 1 fastball. It was a ball. 6 curveballs. They've all been strikes. Up to Hernan Perez. Fastball yanked down the line, but foul. Knebel trying to make Justin Turner's 6th inning home run hold up. The 0-1 pitch. 0-2. Dodgers 1, Nationals nothing.
Justin Turner with the only run they needed. Walker Buehler, an elite outing again at home. And what a fun day for the fans to be back.
Corey Knebel winds up striking out the side in the 9th inning. Nothing but strikes with that curveball. He gets his 2nd save of the year. The Dodgers win at 1-0 on a Justin Turner solo home run. So they move to 6-2 on this young season. They get their championship rings and turn their sights forward to try to repeat. For Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Dodgers 1, Nationals nothing. Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers, begins now.